Let's bring you this now. An alleged kidnapping mastermind from Mozambique has been remanded in custody until next week. Ramo Nangy appeared in court for multiple abduction cases. He was arrested over the weekend in Centurion. Senior reporter Avi Wimtila spoke to his lawyer Calvin Maile.
It was a heavily guarded court for here in Tembisa as Ismail Malude Ramos Nangy made his first appearance. That's the 50-year-old Mozambican national accused of being a kidnapping for ransom kingpin. We would understand that, in fact, there was a request from the Mozambican government dating back to 2022 on July, where they, in fact, issued a warrant of arrest as well as the extradition request to the South African government for Ramo Nangy. In fact, he made that first appearance here, a very short one, postponed for 7 days to the 16th of January, where then we're told that the state is to receive instructions from the DPP. In fact, I want to bring in now the man who represents Nangy, and that is Calvin Maile. Thank you for joining us at eNCA. I want to first speak of your client, 50-year-old Ramo Nangy. Yes. Tell us just a bit about him. Does he reside in South Africa? What does he do? Maybe just a bit of background information.
A well-respected businessman both in South Africa and in Mozambique, and he's been residing in South Africa for some time, and in fact he has been a property owner in South Africa as far back as 2016. He resides here with his wife and his children who are attending school here.
Okay, but he's facing serious charges, kidnapping for ransom, with multidisciplinary law enforcement agency at play here. Yes. What is he telling you? How is he going to plead?
Not guilty, of course. I mean, he does not know where the allegations come from. We also are waiting to hear the facts, what the state is relying on in substantiating the allegations against him.
What are authorities saying then? Why is he on the run? Given that there's this extradition request dating back from July already, why is he on the run from Mozambique if he's going to plead not guilty?
Well, it comes as a shock that he's on the run because he's been here, he's been in South Africa, and in fact he was in Mozambique quite recently. I will ascertain the date as to when he was in Mozambique. He resides here in Midstream in Centurion. He has been residing in that particular house since he has bought the house back in 2016. In fact, he was arrested in that very same house. So it begs the question, how is the man on the run when he's arrested in his own property that has been registered in his name for so long? And unless if he was arrested somewhere in the bush, perhaps that those allegations will be substantiated.
You say he's been in Mozambique recently. Is that before or after that extradition request was given to South African authorities? And surely these law enforcement agencies are in communication with him. Surely you would know that he has a warrant of arrest and he is to be extradited back to South Africa.
Well, he did not know. The state submitted before court that this warrant of arrest was allegedly issued in July of 2022. He was in Mozambique after that date and came back to South Africa, and he has no knowledge of it. It's the first time. He only got the knowledge of it the first time when the authorities came to his house.
You say he's a businessman. What businesses is he involved in?
He's mostly involved in transportation. Yes.
Transportation?
Yes.
These allegations, they're very serious. Kidnapping, and it's quite rife in South Africa at the moment.
Yes.
Does he have knowledge of these kidnapping cases against him in Mozambique?
No, he doesn't. He does not have knowledge of any of this. He doesn't. Why
then is he going to be well, there is that extradition process now currently. Is he willing to be extradited back to Mozambique?
Look, for reasons that are going to be obvious, when we go to court, which will divulge under oath, we will oppose the application for him to be extradited. And at this point, I obviously cannot go into those reasons for obvious reasons, seeing that we are not in court. But it's going to be clear, very clear, why that is the case when we get to court.
I don't want to push on the merits of the case itself, but you mentioned that he says he's an innocent man, upstanding citizen, businessman, but why then would he refuse extradition back to Mozambique to answer to these serious crimes?
Well, he's got a constitutional right. He has no obligation whatsoever to consent to go face a justice system that he has knowledge of, that he grew up under. He's got his own reasons. Like I said, those will be very clear when we present our case before court.
And staying with that story, police spokesperson Atalenda Mate explains the charges that Nangy is currently facing.
134 cases of kidnappings where ransom demands were made are currently under investigation by the South African Police Service. To date, we have managed to arrest 124 suspects, with 81 of the accused still in police custody. As a South African Police Service, we continue to make inroads in preventing, combating, investigating and apprehending those that are behind the spate of kidnappings in the country. This latest arrest should serve as a stern warning to all those who are behind the kidnappings, especially where ransom demands are being made, that South Africa is not a hiding place and a playground for criminals.